Hi guys, first things first, a quick partial confirmation of an interpretation that I did on January the 18th for a meteor or asteroid appearing during the blood moon eclipse. Apparently, a meteor struck the moon during the eclipse. So this report reads, it was a sight that was out of this world. A meteor struck the moon Monday for the first time ever during a lunar eclipse, according to a report. Astrophysicist Jose Maria Medeo confirmed to New Scientist that the flash of light seen by live stream watchers was a meteor impacting the moon's surface. The impact occurred during the totality phase of the eclipse at 11:41 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm just going to quickly play it for you. So that little blip of light that you see up there, apparently that's a meteor impacting the moon during the eclipse. Now obviously it looks very fake, CGI and all that, so I don't know if that really happened, but there's reports of it happening, and it happened during the eclipse, so I think that may be a partial confirmation of at least that part of the video. Now, on to more serious news. Venezuela president, the Venezuelan president, Nicolas Maduro, just announced that he is cutting diplomatic and political ties with the United States. Now, we don't know if this is extending to trade, which would severely affect the oil, but it seems that there's going to be some issues surrounding the oil. I'll just read this report very quickly for you. Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro announced on Wednesday that the country is breaking diplomatic and political relations with the United States. Maduro stressed that the United States attempted to stage a coup in the country and added that all diplomats will be expelled from Venezuela. Earlier in the day, US President Donald Trump recognized Venezuelan opposition leader Juan Guaido as the interim president of the country. After Guaido, the president of the disempowered National Assembly, took the oath of office as interim president of Venezuela, the news came after on Tuesday. Venezuela's National Assembly adopted a statement accusing Maduro of usurping power and that all his decisions rendered void. Maduro replied he would hold the National Assembly accountable for ridiculing the country's constitution. Meanwhile, media reports have suggested that the United States may impose an oil embargo against Venezuela if Maduro takes severe actions. Later, Trump told reporters at the White House when asked if he was considering sending the US military to the country that all options were on the table for Venezuela. We know that Russia and potentially Iran and potentially China have ships and submarines and all sorts of military vessels sitting outside of Venezuela. We saw that on the maritime report done last year. As I say, this is about the oil, and obviously on this news, look out for the markets tomorrow. They're going to dip, most definitely, if there's a concern about the supply of oil coming from Venezuela. Obviously, that's also going to affect the oil and petrol at the pump. So if you do drive a car, I would suggest you get yourself a couple canisters of petrol just in case you need it, because prices, if this escalates, which it looks likely to do so, will increase on the petrol and the oil. So I would suggest you get ahead of that as quickly as possible if you want to. I think this is all very coincidental, because obviously if one place like Venezuela is potentially on a war footing path with the United States, obviously the United States is much bigger than the Venezuelans, but they are backed by other actors we've looked at throughout the last 2 years, Russia, China, so there's potential for things to escalate there as well. But it's coming up like 7-8 days until the 31st, where I think Iran will come out and block the Strait of Hormuz, and obviously this is, and I say it's most likely linked, because if we see the situation with Venezuela deteriorating in terms of the oil, we know that sanctions are on Iran, and they may decide that it's a good opportunity for them to also, affect the world supply of oil. So this is really important news. Keep an eye on it. We've got the government shutdown at the same time. I think the possibility of a national emergency being declared within the next week and a half, 2 weeks is highly likely. So also keep an eye out for that. I think they are going to be utilizing the emergency text alert system soon as well. So obviously keep an eye out for that as well. A lot of things to keep your eye on. But just want to bring you that quick news. Possibility of a partial confirmation of an interpretation about a meteor appearing during the eclipse. Obviously, I thought we'd be heading to Earth, but apparently it struck the moon. Again, whether this is real or not, I really can't tell because it looks too fake. But this is the more important news, which I will be keeping an eye on. If there is significant changes, I will obviously update you guys. Have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and may the Heavenly Father bless you.